a recent favourite horror film you've seen?
The Conjuring.
I think The Possession, that first one.
I don't watch many horror films, but my all-time favourite has to be The Exorcist.
I saw The Conjuring.
I like The Omen.
My favourite horror film is It, based on the book by Stephen King.
The Exorcist.
The horror film that I watched was called Pizza Says Tongue Film.
Why did you like it?
It was scary and it sounds really interesting.
It's like spiritual ghost stuff and just really demanding.
It's quite shocking, really. It's definitely disturbing.
First of all, it had an amazing storyline and it was based on a true story, so that was really entertaining.
It was a good thriller and it got me really excited.
It was, I think it was suspense and how the clown was killing them one by one, and it's very original of its kind at the time, and obviously we've seen films like Scream have done it as well, but I think it's really good.
Well, I thought that the music was chosen very appropriately, and the face was very scary, and I found like the demonic possession quite scary, and the ideologies behind it.
I liked the part when there was this pizza deliverer. He went to this house. It was haunted, and then there was two people. When he went to deliver, the girl went to get money, and then because it took her 30 minutes, he was worried, so he went up and then checked, and then the girl was like bleeding everywhere. Her eyes came up.
What makes a horror film in your opinion?
Maybe unexpected.
Obviously the storyline has to be good, the sound that adds to it, but then also the fact that if it leaves you worried or a bit paranoid after, that's how you know you've actually watched one.
My problem with horror films is that they're quite cheesy, so anything that is believable to an extent, I think makes a good horror film.
Obviously, the special effects used, the producer, and the storyline.
Horror film has to include lots of gore for me and lots of scary stuff that gets you into your seat.
What makes a good horror film, it sounds really weird, but the music, the build-up of tension, and the plot, and how the blood, and how the person is killed. The spontaneity, I should say, of how the person is removed from the film.
Really loud noises at like really unexpected points.
Blood.
And what would make you jump and give you the chills?
Goriness and unexpectedness.
All these exorcism things and like when the body does weird things. Yeah.
I think in relation to The Exorcist is because it happened to a young person, so that sort of made me chill, I think.
I think very shocking but humorous scenes.
Anything that's unexpected and just happens.
You know films, like, what's that film, is it Saw? How people are killed and it's quite graphic. That kind of like, oh, don't want to see that. Also, when something just appears out of nowhere and just like jumps on the screen like, oh, I didn't hear that. Oh, you didn't sense it. So surprise element makes you jump.
Demonic presence.
When the eyes come out.
What do you think is needed to make a horror film?
To make it different from all the others and have a good storyline.
Definitely a good storyline, and also the sound plays a huge part in it.
Good script, good actors, so a good cast, and probably repeat myself, but perhaps something that's not too comedy based, so sticking to the genre of horror.
A good cast and crew, and obviously storyline. Storyline matters, I think. That's obviously what everyone comes to see.
I think you need a good cast and lots of special effects to really create a scary atmosphere.
Music. I think not blood all the time, but elements where bloods are all everywhere. But I don't. Every 5 minutes I'm dying. That doesn't really make it. But it's just the spontaneity, I should say, of someone being hacked to death.
Well, I'd say that loud sounds is definitely an appropriate one, but there are many other variables as well, like lighting and stuff you have to consider. But suspense is the main thing, like especially if you make it like jumpy as well.
People like committing suicide or getting killed and then they come back alive. Okay, thank you.